Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be opening my final two Spider-Man Play Booster boxes. I don't usually open two, but I'm opening two now because Avatar comes out next week and don't really have any intentions of saving these any longer, so might as well just go ahead and open both of them. So like usual, any card over $2 will show up on screen. There aren't many in this set, and I'm still hoping to pull a Soul Stone. I've still yet to pull one of those, so hopefully I can pull one. Other than that, some other good mythics is Norman Osborn and Green Goblin. Those are the same card, just two different sides. And then Anti-Venom, still pretty good. So, and Gwenom. Let's see, there's also Imposter Syndrome, which I have yet to get as well. So, yeah. Got quite a few packs to get through, but I have decided to open both of these. So. And then there's only a few rares with like Multiversal Passage and Spider-Punk. So, yeah. Sorry that I've been, haven't been uploading the past few weeks. It's just, I didn't really have much to talk about in the video, so I was kind of waiting until there were some more Avatar spoilers and stuff that came out. So, we finally, pretty sure most of the cards have been revealed, and I've gone through and read most of them, and I'll have to say, definitely a fan of the Avatar set and love most of the cards that are coming out. At our first mythic, we got Behold the Sinister Six. Not a great mythic, but still something. Let's see, we got a web sling. Heart of the Spider. I don't know why I can't say her name. I don't know. I think the web sling cards look pretty cool in this set. Anyway, like I was saying, Avatar. A lot of the cards, I'll have to say, I've seen some people play some Commander games with them, and I have to say they look pretty cool. This Avatar set looks really good. The only thing that I don't like is the bonus sheet cards that they have. There's nothing wrong with the cards themselves, like with the reprints. They have a lot of great reprints. It's just the artwork. We got Origin of Spider-Man as our rare, and then we got Strength of Will as a second rare. Let's see. Yeah, the only thing that I don't like about them is the simple fact that they're just screenshots from the show, and they did not try to improve the image quality of the cards at all, so a lot of them don't look that high quality, but oh well. It just feels super lazy, and you only get about one in every 26 play booster packs, so most likely only going to get one per box, one per play booster box. There's one in every collector pack, so with the chance of them being in foil. But we got Shadow of the Goblin, pretty cool rare. Let's see. So I'm going to the pre-release tomorrow. I'm going to the 11 o'clock one at the game store that I go to. And hopefully they will allow you to choose the choose which one you want, because this got Radioactive Spider. So this pre-release has it to where each of the different bending types has its own pre-release box. So you have one pack that's staged or planned to be what you're supposed to choose. So I plan on choosing earthbending because I think it would be pretty useful being able to turn my lands into creatures to attack or block. So, and then there's not much of a downside to having them attack or block. We got Origin of Spider-Man in the cool comic book art, so it's pretty cool. Because if they ever die or get destroyed or get exiled, they just come back to the battlefield tapped. So I think earthbending is pretty cool. I know it's probably not the best for pre-release, and I think firebending is, and a lot of people are gonna choose firebending, but I'm still gonna go with earthbending because I'm not there to win. I'm just there to have fun. So we got Lady Octopus Inspired Inventor. And we got Kraven's Last Hunt in foil. So plan on choosing earthbending. Because the one video that I watched of Commander, I saw a pretty interesting interaction of you earthbending a land like Evolving Wilds, and then you're able to tap and sacrifice it to get a basic, and then you can put it back onto the battlefield. So got Urban Retreat as a rare, so pretty cool. So then you can keep fetching for basics. So you can technically do that with fetch lands as well, not just basic ones like Evolving Wilds and stuff. So yeah. Got Black Cat Cunning Thief, so rare. Some pretty cool cards. They have one card that is can't remember the name on it, but there we go. We got our first decent rare. We got Spider Punk. We got Spider-Man India. Foil uncommon. There is a red card. I can't remember what it's called, but it makes it to where I think you can pay 7 and it'll get a conquest counter on it, and then as long as it has that conquest counter, all non-basic lands are mountains, I think. So kind of like a Blood Moon effect. We got Friendly Neighborhood, so rare. I think I might be misremembering, but essentially makes it to where non-basics are just mountains. So just the Blood Moon effect. It also does something else that I can't quite remember. So before you put that on there, but yeah. And then they also have the Bloodbending card that makes it to where you can Bloodbend. I can't remember how much, 8, 10 or something. Got Mysterio, Master of Illusions. And you get to, if you don't waterbend, you can you just control your opponent during their next combat phase on their turn, or on combat on their turn, and then if you waterbend, then you just get to straight up control them on their next turn. So that card seems pretty cool. I think it's waterbend for some pretty expensive price. So we got Spider in the scene art. Got Death of Gwen Stacy as our rare. And then to do waterbending, you can tap creatures or artifacts to help pay for it. So help reduce the cost of the card. So we got Doc Ock's Tentacles, so rare. Then we got a foil multiversal passage. Pretty cool, pretty good. good rare. It's the best rare in the set, so... Well, besides the costume change Spider-Man cards, but you can only get those in collector boxes, so... yeah. We got another mythic. We got Mr. Negative. Pretty cool mythic, in my opinion. Being able to switch life totals with opponents and drawing cards if you lose life, so... I think earthbending is the coolest of all the bendings. Airbending's pretty interesting. It allows you to exile, I think, mostly just creatures. We got Spider-Man Noir and the scene art. Got Ultimate Green Goblin as our rare, and Rent is Due. Yeah, you essentially the airbend. You just exile a non-land permanent, I think. Can't remember. Wow, terrible at this. Anyway, let's just say it is a creature. You can exile somebody else's creature or your creature, and then you can replay that card. I think rolling obviously still affects it, so you can't play creatures that don't have flash when you want to. So we got Marlin, Devourer of Spiders. We got Electro, Assaulting Battery. One of the cards that will work very well with firebending if you don't end up using that mana during combat, because firebending mana can only be spent during combat, so as soon as you get out of combat you lose it. But there are plenty of cards in the Avatar set that allow you to keep unspent mana, so yeah. But yeah, airbending allows you to recast that card by just paying 2 mana instead of paying the full price of the card. So you got Interdimensional Web Watch, pretty cool rare. And yeah, Earthbending just has it to where if it's like Earthbend 3, you choose a land and then you put 3+1/+1 counters on that land. Then whenever it's destroyed or exiled, you bring it back to the battlefield tapped. So we got the Clone Saga as our rare. And Firebending, whenever the creature attacks, you add, say it's Firebending 2, you add 2 red mana to your mana pool, and then you have to spend that mana before the end of combat or you lose it. But like I said, they have, we got Arachne, Psionic Weaver, rare. They have plenty of cards that make it to where you don't lose unspent mana as your phases and steps change. So there is one that is, I think, 6 mana. It's Rakdos, black and red. And has it to where if you have 6 unspent mana, it gains indestructible and flying. Pretty cool. And it has firebending for itself. So we got rocket powered Goblin Glider. It's a rare. Foil borderless. I can't remember what its stat line is. I think it might be 6/6 or something. But definitely a pretty cool card. It allows you to keep your mana between steps and stuff. We got Spectacular Spider-Man, another one of those decent rares. This is also technically the default art for the card because they just chose to make it borderless, so it's technically the default art. We got Shadow of the Goblin, rare, another, or foil rare. Let's see. Am I missing anything else? So we got Scarlet Spider, Ben Riley. Let's see, there's give me a second. Alright, I'm back. One cool card that I saw that I think comes out of the Jumpstart packs. It's a pretty cool green card. It costs 6 mana, but it allows you to, well, as an additional cost, you have to sacrifice half of your lands rounded up. I think we got Symbiote Spider-Man as a rare, then Heart of the Spider. This is a second rare. But it makes it to where you have to sacrifice half of your lands rounded up. And then makes it to where all your lands have tap to add 3 mana of any color. Any one color, so. Just turns all your lands into Lotus Fields, so. Definitely pretty cool in my opinion, so. There we go. We got our first. Source material card, and probably the only one of the first box here that I'm opening. We should have at least 2 since I am opening 2 boxes, but this is one that I wanted. We got Counterspell, just because I absolutely love this artwork of just Spider-Man getting slapped by Doc Ock, so definitely some of the funniest artwork in my opinion. So we got Hide on the Ceiling as our rare, and we got Peter Parker. It's another mythic that flips over into the Amazing Spider-Man. Pretty cool, allowing you to cast your cards for web swing cost instead of paying their full mana, so definitely could do some pretty cool stuff with him. Yeah. So definitely excited for the pre-release tomorrow. And I don't know when I'll have a video up for Avatar. I don't know when the first one will go up. I don't know if I'll have one next week or it'll probably be the week after next, because I don't know when any of my stuff's coming in. And yeah, Iron Spider, Stark Upgrade. I was not able to pre-order a collector box from the game store I go to because they were sold out before I even knew they had them up for pre-sale. So fortunately won't have a collector box on Monday to open, but I will try to get a video up as soon as possible. So for Avatar, so we got Norman Osborn, another really good mythic in this set, turns into the Green Goblin, so really cool. Got with great power and a foil borderless. I had it to where I had planned on watching the all the way through Avatar before the set came out, but I never got around to it just because I'd been doing other things and playing video games and stuff, so I never got around to it. But anyway, we got Spinneret and Spiderling, because Avatar is one of my favorite shows from when I was growing up, so yeah. Got bio-organic carapace. I think this is the last pack in that first box. I still got the second one to open. Another card that's pretty cool is one of the versions of Azula. I think it's the Fire Lord Azula. We got Cheering Crowd, then Lighting Octopus again. That has it to where on your turn, if she attacked, well, she has Firebending too, I think. She also has it to where if she's attacking, then you can any spell that you cast, you can copy it. So mainly only going to be able to copy instants, but if you have any way to give your other creatures flash, or if you have creatures that already have flash, then you can use them instead. So that, and they do get copied. There's not any limitations. It can happen any amount of times in a turn. We got Craven the Hunter, as long as it's during combat. She only copies during combat. So we got the Clone Saga, and if she's attacking. So but yeah, you're mainly only going to be copying instants and the occasional creature with flash, or if you decide to use, I don't remember what it's called, but it's some Teferi card that makes it to where you can cast spells as though they had flash. I think there's a few other things as well, but we got another Electro Assaulting Battery, pretty cool. We got Mysterio, Master of Illusions. Pretty cool villain in my opinion. At least the card. I think we actually have a good bonus sheet card here. Planes. We got Superior Spider-Man. Trying to think. I can't remember if the base art is over $2, but it is a pretty decent card. Wasn't a combo for a little while there. But here we go. This is one of the better bonus sheet cards you could get. We got Parallel Lives. Pretty cool. Not the best, because I honestly think it goes, let's see, for the best there's Reanimate, and then Opposition Agent, and then Parallel Lives, if I'm not mistaken. So it's the third best bonus sheet card. I honestly forgot that Reanimate was a bonus sheet card in this set until I was looking at them the other day and then saw that card. So we got Villainous Wrath, so rare. I do have on order. I did order a collector box for Avatar, and then I also have we got Spider-Woman, Stunning Savior, and Doc Ock's Tentacles. Case of play boosters, so I got 6 play boosters, and then I also, because I wanted the Jumpstart cards as well, probably regret buying it, but I decided to buy 6 Jumpstart boxes as well, so I don't plan on opening just all of them in videos. Plan on actually playing some of them. So we got our first mythic of this box. We got Doc Ock, Master Planner. Pretty cool mythic. I had him in my pre-release for when I did Spider-Man 1. Fortunately, I was never able to play him at the official pre-release, but here's what it is. Yeah, because I got Parker Luck. It's a rare. I did decide to open one of my play booster boxes, but instead of just opening it fully, I decided to do a pick 2 draft with my family because I thought it would be fun. So, and ended up pulling that Doc Ock and using it, and it definitely helped me win the games, especially getting to copy him. So, got Hydro Man, Fluid Felon. But yeah. And there's, let's see, the chase card of this set is for the Spider-Man, not the Spider-Man set, but we got Death of Gwen Stacy in the comic book art. Pretty cool art. Kind of tragic that Gwen Stacy died, but oh well. Yeah, the chase card for the Avatar set is the what is it, like raised foil, or I can't remember exactly, but it's a version of Aang that has it to where, there we go. This is a really good mythic. I think the second best mythic, we got Norman Osborn and the comic book art. Flips over into the Green Goblin. Really cool artwork there. But yeah, it's an Aang that has it to where if you manage to waterbend, airbend, firebend, and earthbend all in the same turn, you can flip them over. And since this is him at the end, he does have firebending too, so he can do the firebending part himself. You just have to have cards that allow you to do all the rest of it. You got Spider Ham, Peter Porker, which are rare. But has it to where when it flips over, it makes it to where all your spells cost Blueberg less to cast, which is just all colors less to cast. And because of the way it's worded, it does in fact count for generic mana as well. So there we go. We got another good mythic. We got Anti-Venom, Horrifying Healer. So say you have, see this card, Raging Goblinoids. You'll be able to cast this just for free because you have the 1 red from having all the colors and then 4 more from the other colors. So, but if you have something like this, then you'd still have to pay at least 1 black, and it'll just be 2 mana instead. So definitely pretty cool if you manage to be able to flip them. And then I think on your upkeep or instep, you can flip them back to the front and add some +1/+1 counters to them. But I don't know why you'd ever want to flip them back over if all your spells are costing 5 left to cast. But hey, we got Parker Luck and foil. Then we got another Behold the Sinister Six. I think this is like the 4th Behold the Sinister Six that I've gotten, the 4th or 5th. And then there's quite a few bonus sheet cards for Avatar that are actually really good. We got Maximum Carnage is a rare because they have the Great Hinge, which is a really good green artifact, and then Cruel Tutor, which probably has the ugliest artwork I have ever seen for a card. That's just straight up a zoomed in shot of Firelord Ozai, if I'm not mistaken. Got Night on the Ceiling as a rare. So pretty ugly artwork, but a really good card, Cruel Tutor. I don't even think I said the name of the card. Yeah, so Cruel Tutor, and then what else is there? There's another card that's pretty good. We got Oscorp Industries is our rare, and then Kraven's Last Hunt. Another really good one that I'm forgetting about. Anyway, let's see. Got Morlun, Devourer of Spiders. It's another pretty cool card in the set. They have the wall. It's called the Walls of Ba Sing Se, and it's an 8 mana artifact that has Defender, so you can attack with it. And it makes it to where all your other permanents are indestructible, and it's a 0/30. So, got Heart of the Spider, got Web Shooters, we got the Web Warriors, and the Scene Art. So, 0/30 with Defender that gives your other permanents indestructible is definitely an interesting card. There are plenty of ways to destroy artifacts, but it's still pretty cool. We got rocket-powered Goblin Glider and Radioactive Spider. And there are cards that makes it to where your creatures with Defender can attack as though they didn't have Defender and use their toughness instead of their power to attack. So you could potentially turn it into a 30/30 creature that you can attack with. So we got Agent Venom. So definitely a pretty interesting wall. Then there's a bunch of other really cool cards in the set. So I'm definitely excited. So we We got Spider Sense and foil. There we go. We got Cosmic Spider-Man, a really cool mythic that is all colors, and you can do. It gives spiders a lot of stuff, so definitely a pretty cool card. So if you're looking forward to Avatar, then I will definitely have a lot of it to open. Got an Urban Retreat as a rare for quite a few weeks. Hopefully I'll have enough until Lorwyn, and if not, then I might find something else to open. Because like I said, I don't plan on opening all those Jumpstart boxes in a video. I probably just open one, since you will get a lot of the duplicate themes. So I got Parker Luck. There are quite a few themes, but I don't want to, go through and open up a bunch of the same theme packs in a video. So save most of those to open for myself, but definitely open at least one on camera. We got Maximum Carnage in the comic book art. Really cool. I love the saga treatment like this. Is probably the coolest thing that came out of this set. So then we got Arachne, Psionic Weaver again. And yes, luckily with the Avatar set, it is a full-size set, unlike this set. So definitely, I'm excited for tomorrow. We got Friendly Neighborhood. Rare. See, I've still not gotten a Infinite or Soul Stone, and only have 4 packs left after this one, so I'm not gonna get my hopes up, because why would I? I got Mysterio's Phantasm and foil, just a common. I don't know why I pointed out. We got Mary Jane Watson, so rare. I know even with collector boxes, it's pretty hard to pull. Got the Spot, Living Portal, and Jackal Genius Geneticist. Yeah, like I was saying, I know even in collector boxes it's pretty hard to pull the Soul Stone, because there's only really 3 slots you can get it in. You can only get it in or 2 slots. You can only get it in the default artwork. We got Spider-Woman, Stunning Savior, and foil. And we got Iron Spider, Stark Upgrade. Yeah, you can only really get it in 2 slots in a collector pack. In the first rare slot, or the rare slash mythic. First rare slash mythic slot. Borderless Mountain. Then we got Craven, Cats, and foil. Then we got really cool. We got the comic book Eddie Brock in the as a mythic that flips over into Venom Lethal Protector. So another really cool mythic in the comic book art. So I'm not gonna complain, because it had both Norman and Eddie in the comic book art. And then we have With Great Power. Oh yeah, you can only get it in that default slot, the very first one, or you get it in the last slot in either the Infinity Gauntlet treatment or the Cosmic foil treatment. So, and those 2 are extremely hard to get. So we got Web of Life and Destiny, a pretty cool mythic card. Yeah. So. Alright, well, that was my last 2 boxes that I opened. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, most of these Spider-Man boxes are not very good, and I legitimately only got 6 so that I could open them and eventually make decks on the villain deck and like a hero deck. So yeah, I literally only bought this just so I could have the card. So I know a lot of these are not worth much. These are some of the best cards I got. And then the Parallel Lives is pretty good. And I did really want this counter spell, so I love the artwork on that. Might not ever play it because I don't really like counter spells, but there's some of my favorite artwork in the set. And then we got the best rares in the set, which isn't much, but we ended up not getting the mythics I did want, so not a single soul stone in any of the boxes I opened, not even the one that I opened off camera, so there was no massive hits in that box either. And didn't get the imposter syndrome that I really wanted, which is the artwork on that is the classic Spider-Man meme of two Spider-Men pointing at each other, so didn't get that card either, but did get the cool comic book Norman and Eddie, so not gonna complain about that. But yeah, these boxes are not the best, but they never really were gonna be, so hopefully Avatar will be a whole lot better, and I have a feeling it will be. So if you're looking forward to receiving Avatar Play Booster boxes getting opened and other stuff, yeah, consider subscribing. But other than that, if you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time.